Outgoing correspondence. Preparing letters for dispatch. Every letter leaving the records office must quote the full address and reference number, file reference and folio number, as well as the references of any other correspondence quoted in the text of the letter. Security or privacy markings are typed in a prominent position at the top and bottom of each sheet. Once a letter has been signed by an action officer, it must be returned to the records office for dispatch. Outward correspondence register. Records office staff are responsible for maintaining a record of what is dispatched. The following information about letters leaving the office is noted in the outward correspondence register. 1. Serial number. 2. Date letter received for dispatch. 3. Date dispatched. 4. Subject of the letter. 5. Reference number of the letter. 6. Name of the addressee of the letter. 7. Mode of dispatch, by hand or post. Outward correspondence register. 1. Mode of dispatch. 2. Addressee. 3. Reference number. 4. Subject. 5. Date dispatched. 6. Date received for dispatch. 7. Serial no. Outward correspondence register. Messenger's dispatch book. Letters to be delivered by hand are recorded in the messenger's dispatch book. The following details will be entered. 1. Date letter dispatched. 2. Reference number of the letter. 3. Messenger's name. 4. Where sent, ministry/department/agency. 5. Name and signature of receiving officer and date. Messenger's dispatch book. 1. Name and signature of receiving officer and date. 2. Name of agency. 3. Messenger's name. 4. Reference number. 5. Date dispatched. 6. Messenger's dispatch book. Controlling file movement. Recording file movements. Files are issued to action officers in at least 3 circumstances. 1. A document arrives in the records office, is recorded and filed, and the file is passed to the officer. 2. A file is to be brought up to the officer. 3. The officer requests the file in person or by telephone. Records office staff must be able to determine the location of every file for which they are responsible. Each time a file moves, this fact must be recorded in the records office. File movements are monitored in a number of ways. 1. On file transit sheets that are filed in a file transit book. 2. On transit ladders that appear on file covers. 3. On file movement slips and 4. Through regular file censuses. Using the file transit sheet. Each time a file is issued to a user, for whatever reason and for however short a period, this fact must be noted by records staff in the sent to and date boxes on the relevant transit sheet. The date when the file is returned to the records office, this must also be recorded. File movement slip. Files are frequently passed backwards and forwards between officers for short periods as a part of everyday business. Short-term file movements, for example, when an action officer passes a file to another officer to read a document on the file, need not be recorded in the records office. However, as a general rule, when an officer completes an action on a file and passes the file to another officer, even if only temporarily, the action officer should inform the records office. The head of the records office should ensure that action officers always have an adequate supply of file movement slips. As soon as records office staff receive the file movement slip, the information must be recorded on the transit sheet. Keep completed file movement slips on file for 6 months and then destroy them. File movement slip. Signature. Date. Location. Passed to. File title.